Hi, I am OSU Master Gardener Sherry Shun. Welcome to this edition of 10-Minute University. Today we're going to talk about blackberries. By the way they grow, there are three types of blackberries: trailing, erect, and semi-erect. Today we're going to look at all three types. The trailing type is the least winter hardy and heat tolerant. However, they do pretty well in the Willamette Valley. They produce one crop in early to mid-summer, so they're the earliest to fruit among the three types. These trailing blackberries send out their canes from a central crown. Behind me is a row of Marionberries, which is a type of blackberry. Normally, the current year growth will stay on the ground, and the current year growth is where we're going to get fruit next season. The support structure here is what OSU recommends. You have a strong post at the end. You have two wires, which can be adjusted to make very tight. And in general, the fruiting canes are looped between these two wires in order to make sure that we can support the longest length of cane for maximum production and good air circulation and also sunlight to reach it. After this cane has fruited, we can cut it to the ground, and we'll collect the canes that have come out this season that has been laying on the ground and bring them up to these two wires and trellis them. If you live in the area that's cold, and remember the trailing types are most cold sensitive, you could leave those trailing new canes on the ground for the winter so they're not damaged by the cold wind, and wait until end of February, early March when the growth begins to trellis them to the wires. This is another way of supporting trailing blackberries. You can see here the homeowner uses electrical conduit pipes to make a frame and have the Marionberries supported from it. So in the home garden, you know what the book tells you to do ideally, but there are many other ways you can improvise as long as it suits your needs. Behind me is a clump of semi-erect blackberries. These plants grow from a central crown. So even though these canes can be long and awesome looking, they do stay as a clump, just a pretty big clump. When you take a close look at these canes, you can see two types. One, like the one I'm holding here, show clear signs of having had fruit. The canes that have fruited should be cut down right after harvest. Some of the other canes, like this, show no sign of fruiting. And so this is where we're going to get our new growth, flowers and fruit, this season. What we're going to do with this clump is take a close look at every cane, cut down the ones that have fruited, keep the new ones, and then tie it to a support structure. The support structure here has a single wire. However, earlier I have shown you a two-wire support structure, and you might consider that if you have the space. So I'm going to invite fellow Master Gardeners Jane and Marie to come and help me finish pruning this blackberry. Jane and Marie? This is a stand of Erect blackberries, the hardiest of 3 varieties. The Erect blackberries grow their canes from the crown and from tip of the roots, which means that over time they can spread like raspberries. Some varieties of this group will produce fruit 2 times a season, midsummer and in the fall, and others have only 1 crop. This stand here produced only 1 crop, and at the end of the summer after harvest, the homeowner had already removed the canes that produced. So what are remaining are the canes that are going to bear fruit this year. And when growing season begins, she's going to come and shorten these canes a bit in order to encourage more lateral growth in order to get more fruit. Give blackberries a try. They are easy to grow, and I think you will really enjoy having these delicious additions to your home garden. Happy gardening.